Some people are trying, some people are laughing. Oh, is this too much? Too much. I just had. Good morning. Thank you very much. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I have to go finish another thing in the engineering room, but set up the live streams going, so I have to take out the rest of it. Thanks, sorry, thanks for letting you speak.
Okay, say what you like.
The winner is.
Just have a seat on the floor like everybody else, please.
Yeah, you guys are.
Not on there, Joe. No, nobody's gonna be sitting, no student's gonna be sitting, you're sitting on the floor.
It's Joey.
You guys, no chairs, sit on the floor, everybody's on the floor. Hey, Joe, I need you on the floor, please. I've asked you 3 times. Thank you.
Thank you. See over
I would do it this way.
I think it's fine. Drugs.
teachers were talking about how you guys did a great job being audience members last time. So let's continue to do that again. We're about halfway through. Please make sure you have your sheets, you're taking notes, so you'll be set for the voting process, okay? SR squared.
We hope you're having a great morning. I'm Amelia Espelon. Today we'll be discussing the issue of poverty in the Central African Republic. Poverty is a big issue today. According to Leaders Globally, since the 1980s, the average lifespan of African citizens has fallen dramatically. This is a major problem. Due to the giant change in population and poverty, many people are dying in the age of 50. Glenn also says, of approximately 7 billion people living in the world today, almost half will die before the age of 50 because of infectious diseases. This needs to stop. Let's see what our journalist who specializes in the issues going on around the world today. Emmy Davis has to say about this poverty.
I'm Emmy Davis. Today, in the Republic. According to Kath Sanker, the percentage of people living on $1.25 every day fell from 58% to 51%. People living in the Central African Republic are in poverty, and over 50% are living on $1.25 to $1.50 each day. The current population of the Central African Republic is 4,789,376 at the moment. This map shows the Central African Republic, where lots of poverty is. The Central African Republic is in the middle of Africa, where most of poverty is anywhere. There are many other areas in Africa where poverty is an issue. Now let's see what our global specialist Pearl Chia has to say.
Pearl Chia here, reporting live from NBC News Studio. Today's news has us bursting with shock. Poverty rates in Africa have been steadily rising while China and India's slowly decrease. Africa's poverty has been on the rise mainly because Africa is still a developing country and many civil wars have taken place there. Along with the government corruption, the civil wars take a big toll on what little money the government can already provide to its people. Overpopulation is also another cause of poverty in Africa. With a steadily rising population rates, the World Economic Forum predicts that African cities will double in population by 2050. This has caused many African families to be without the food or water they need for their survival. As expert Mary Coulson puts it, Africa is the hungriest continent on Earth, with 1 in 4 of its people failing to get enough to eat. Africa has already lost more than 7 million farmers to HIV and AIDS disease. That is more than the total number of farmers in Europe and North America alone. In turn, this study provides proof of the absence of much needed food in Africa, which resulted in the loss of many lives, more than 7 million of them farmers. And to improve the issue, scientists are developing supercrops. Supercrops grow quicker and much larger than ordinary crops. This could lead to the food being grown at double the rate. Supercrops could be the solution to world hunger.
Well, that's it for today's Daily Dose of Global News.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, just a couple of things I've noticed from the first newscast. I know some of it was a little bit lower, but people are talking and being very disrespectful. And you know, here at Westside, we don't do that. Okay, one of our SR, Cameron, one of our thing is SR squared, and we need to give the respect to these newscasts. That means you are not talking during it, and we know better. Okay, just a reminder.
Welcome to World News. Here we have a topic about pollution that is rapidly rising in countries, even continents. All types of pollution are affecting everything around us. Air pollution, water pollution, and earth pollution are all destroying the environment. Though it is still a very serious issue, people are doing as much as they can to solve it. Although 4.6 million people die each year, that seems like a small amount compared to our population of 7.6 billion worldwide, but we are still suffering from this vast global issue. Some causes of this worldwide pollution is the dumping of oil and trash into the oceans and on the land.
Some impact of pollution worldwide has created much poverty and disease. Millions of people have died, and organizations are helping desperately to clean up the world, like Sapphire Foundation, Oceana, The Blue, Five Guys, and Take 3. They are all doing their best to clean up this dirty issue, and have cleaned up a lot each year. They mostly clean up the ocean and the air.
Thank you for listening. Have a good day. Keep tuned to watch more on World News.
All right, here we go. We have to listen carefully.
Tsunami killed 15,896 people. It has partly destroyed 726 buildings and completely destroyed 120,000 buildings. This has been a devastating time for many families. The population in Tokyo, Japan in 2011 was estimated at 13,491. Out of that, 2,500 people were missing. Now we have tsunami expert and Japan resident Pablo reporting live from Japan to tell us about how tsunamis are created. Tsunamis form when earthquake waves that creates huge waves that crash over the city, destroying buildings and people. Some say the earthquake from Haiti was the cause of the Japan tsunami. The impact of all of this has caused there to be a big price. Price came up to over 300 million, and in Japan's money was 25 trillion yen. People's houses were destroyed, families have been broken apart, and people have been killed. This has been a tragic time for people who live in the city of Tokyo. This is Catherine from T News reporting on the tsunami in Japan and how it impacted many people.
All right.
You saw something.
Good morning from NBC News.
Okay, show you're ready.
Good morning from NBC News. Today in our news headline, we will be discussing the global issues of lack of education in Afghanistan. Afghanistan is a country located in Asia. Let's go on to our global issues specialist, Ashley Cordova.
Hello, my name is Ashley Cordova. I specialize in global issues. The country Afghanistan suffers from economic education issues. Many kids dream about going to school, but unfortunately, it's too expensive for them. Afghanistan has been suffering from economic education issues since the 2000s. Let's go to Vivian so she can tell you more about the description of the education issues in Afghanistan.
Hello, my name is Vivian Santana. I've been studying the lack of education in Afghanistan for more than 1 decade. The lack of education in Afghanistan is because there's only been a few schools in the whole country. This causes children not to be able to go to school. Children leave hours before to get to school because every day is a different kind. To get to some schools in their area, they have to cross geographical barriers. The teachers in Afghanistan have only 48% of the minimum academic qualifications. Not only do the children have minimum education, so do the teachers.
The impacts of the issues that many children aren't getting opportunities to go to school and get educated. They are becoming behind that is causing them to lack in areas of education where others are very strong. This weakens not only the children but everyone in Afghanistan. The country will become weak if they don't have a standardized education.
The opportunities that are opening up for young kids in Afghanistan is that they're finally able to go to school. Education will soon grow, teaching young adults about education. See you next time on NBC News.
We're excited.
Okay, show you're ready. Which means you're nice and silent. Awesome.
Hello, welcome to Panda Power News. Today we'll be talking about cancer. Cancer was the leading death in Japan in 2016. Japan is located in East Asia. As of Tuesday, January 15, 2019, the population of Japan is 127,005,767. The average person has an income of 17,121,000 Japanese yen, or 143,000 American dollars annually. Dylan will now inform you with more facts about cancer in Japan.
Dylan here. Another fact about Japan is that the average climate in Japan is about 15 degrees Celsius. Cancer has been very common in Japan. In Japan, 1 out of every 2 people has a chance of getting cancer. The death cause of cancer in Japan has risen since 1947. Also, in 2016, 372,986 people died of cancer in Japan, accounting for 28.5% of all deaths that year. Here to inform us with some types of cancer is our health official, Brian.
3 main causes of cancer are genetics, environmental control, and toxic exposure. These are the most common causes of cancer. Some symptoms of cancer are fatigue, weight changes, skin changes, and swallowing problems. These are the most common symptoms of cancer. So just look out for these symptoms and check in with your doctor regularly. Now back to Dylan.
So some impacts of cancer are fatigue, pain, changes in appetite, changing body image, fluidity, and sleeping problems. For example, cigarettes are known to increase the risk of lung cancer. Too much exposure to the sun can increase the risk of skin cancer. These types of triggers can act on the body slowly over time. Back to Brian.
Many things are being done to make a cure for cancer. Currently, there are no 100% working cures for cancer, but there are ways to treat cancer. One of the most typical treatments for cancer is chemotherapy. It is also the most effective way. Now back to Ed. Thank you for watching Panda Power News and have a nice day.
Welcome from all of us here at Fox 5 News. I'm Kayla Velasquez, and today's topic we will be discussing is the global issue of women's rights in Honduras. According to Juju Chang, a women's rights expert, Honduras is one of the worst places to be a woman. Honduras is not a distant land, neither is it oceans away. It is just only 2,000 miles away from Texas. This is why thousands of women are fleeing from Honduras to get away from gang violence and lack of rights. Now let's go to our women's rights specialist, Ashley Pani.
We just have received information about the government officials in the country of Honduras have alerted that millions of people in the Latino nation are facing a huge problem, which is women's rights. Almost about 1 woman is getting killed every 16 hours. The government has done many things to help, like establishing a restraining order that his wife wanted to her husband. But things haven't gotten much better in Honduras. Women are still not receiving any rights, and many of them are still dying. They think that they're alone trying to keep themselves safe. Honduras is located in North America. The climate is tropical weather, which affects tourists. 9.265 million people are living in Honduras. A woman in Honduras is living on $1.50 to $2 a day. Now let's continue to Haley Palmville.
Reporting here from Honduras, there are several issues in Honduras. One of the main issues is gangs. Gangs kill women with just a small amount of money. Many women know they don't have the independence they need since they've always been beaten by gang members who happen to be their husband or male friend. From that point forward, they knew they never had their independence. Moving on to these Lord.
When looking at what impacts the issue of women's rights in Honduras, we see many dead women. When a girl gets killed in their family, the rest of the family flees because they don't want the youth to connect with them next. ABC News states Avril and her sister, 23-year-old Sophia Trent, were brutally murdered. Their bodies were hidden in shallow graves in in Santa Barbara, Honduras. Discovered after many weeks along the manhunt that made international headlines, Maria Jose Avril was the winner of Miss Honduras crown and was murdered along with her sister Sophia Trent. Going back to Kayla Vasquez.
In Honduras, there are many things already being done to resolve these problems, like being more aware about gang violence. Not only that, but women in Honduras are migrating to the United States to have a new beginning to their lives. Furthermore, women in Honduras are receiving more respect, but not as much respect as males.
The moral of today's broadcast is to spread the word around the world, no matter the gender of one. Respect should always be given. Thank you for tuning in into Fox 5 News. We hope you have a great day.
Okay, we're all set. Respect, please.
Hello, my name is Evan.
And my name is Jaden.
We are here reporting to you from Pollution Control Headquarters. Today we'll be talking about water pollution off the coast of Queensland, Australia.
Polluting the earth for decades, and at time it's starting to reflect our beautiful oceans. Many people are aware of the rising issue. One of our associates is currently at Bondi Beach in Queensland, Australia.
As regarding the report from Bondi Beach in Australia, on average, the number of visitors in Bondi Beach over the past 4 years was 2.6 million. International visitors accounted for 53% and domestic visitors accounted for 47%. You may be wondering how trash water ended up in the ocean. Here's how.
Humans have polluting since about the 16th century, and with new developments almost every day. People keep on throwing out to make room for the new, and sometimes that stuff that people don't need anymore end up in the oceans. And that is not okay. It's causing animals and plants everywhere around the world to go perish. From tiny sea urchins to huge blue whales, it also affects the most beautiful habitat.
The Great Barrier Reef, the world's largest reef system. The population of the Great Barrier Reef has decreased. Not by a whole lot, but it has. Animals have been leaving or dying from toxic waste that ends up floating near the surface of the water. And this toxic waste also has a negative impact on the coral. This happens when the water temperatures rise and the coral begins to lose its color.
When water is polluted from oil spills or trash, it mixes with the chemicals in the water does not make the water inhabitable for animals to live. Because it is hard to filter water through gills or it can blind their eyes. Then it causes animals to flee from that area and find new homes, increasing the population of a certain spot which normally concerns scientists. Cities everywhere are putting up signs that say no pollution all over the beaches for extra measures. This includes petroleum sign.
What are you talking about?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, show your respect. Show your respect.
I hope you're having an amazing day, because I know I am. I'm Tyler Giovanni from TIA News with the latest news on water pollution. Here is Isaiah Polinkas with the latest news from South Africa.
Hello and thank you, Tyler. I am here today from Johannesburg, South Africa to talk about one of the biggest global issues, water pollution. This global issue can cause disease and even death. Water pollution is very serious and happens all over the world, so we need to do something about it before this issue gets worse. Now back to you.
Thank you, Isaiah, for that report. Water pollution, from our knowledge, is when people are dumping plastic into our oceans. Here's Timmy Florida with more information.
Thank you, Tyler. South Africa has failed to address the massive environmental and health effects of more than 130 years of mining in and around Johannesburg.
Firstly, I'm here to talk about how water pollution is affecting people. It's causing a lot of marine life creatures dying, and the pollution it's causing is giving some people diseases and contaminating people. According to an African organization, South Africa is failed to address the massive environmental and health effects. Contaminated water that can contribute to life-threatening health conditions like TB and cancer. You have to take better precautions in yourself. And I'm really going to tell you that a lot of people are dumping plastics into our ocean, but there's a lot of people trying to stop the plastic into our ocean. And in some stores, plastic bags are banned so that there are less amount of plastic bags in the water and as well as land. Bye, and thank you for listening. Tune in next week.
need to be quiet on this one. No talking, please.
I am Sophia and I'm bringing you the latest information on one of the world's biggest issues. Today we'll be talking about an issue that hurts everyone and comes with heartbreaking facts. He is Dealey Top here to introduce marine biologist Corinne Walsh. Plastic pollution is an important issue. The largest garbage patch is in the Pacific Ocean is the Pacific. This massive is actually twice as large as Canada, including plastic waste from So, how does plastic like masses made? Many of the larger masses are made from organic plastic that is very cheap when it comes to disposal. People around the world throw away almost 4 million tons of trash every day. 12.8% is plastic, including land, air, and water. An estimated 18 billion pounds of plastic waste enters the world daily from coastal areas. So, what does this impact on sea life? There are 2.1 million organisms that live in the sea. Plastic that is collected in landfills contaminates the soil and groundwater, harmful chemicals, and microorganisms. Animals are living in contaminated water and transfer plastic on their mouths, down their necks, and into the state, which in most cases is poisonous. Many of the coral reefs around these areas are also being smothered in garbage, which eventually affects the reefs and the red whale. Plastic waste is a prominent danger to marine life. Many companies are already making advancements to solve these tragic issues. Ocean Cleanup has already created and tested a 600-meter long and 3-meter deep floater that goes around to the patch to help eliminate the amount of garbage in the water. With this device, the Pacific can be pollution-free by 2050. You can help by recycling your plastic.
Animal lovers, welcome back to the Possum News. Today, we will be talking about a rather serious issue. Now we'll bring it right over to reporter Lydia to explain more about one of the biggest issues in today's world.
The issue is animal poaching. Animal poaching is killing and hurting animals illegally. Some animals, such as rhinos, elephants, and tigers, are getting hurt by these poachers. This is the reason so many animals are becoming endangered. The worst of animal poaching takes place in South Africa. If people keep on doing this, animals will be gone in the blink of an eye. Now let's bring it over to Kayla to explain the cause of this issue.
About 35,000 African elephants are killed each year. But they're not just killed for nothing. Rhino hides are believed to be used for hangovers, fever, and cancer. Elephant tusks are used for jewelry, utensils, and other trinkets. Now let's pass it over to reporter Andy.
These poor rhinos. The impact of poaching is unbelievable. There is much evidence for how many rhinos are being killed each year, and it's not good news. So far, the most rhinos have been poached in 2014, when 1,215 rhinos were killed. Another impact of poaching is that some zoos are being forced to cut off the rhinos' horns for the rhinos' own good. They are doing this so that poachers won't come to kill the rhino. Please, let's stop zoos from harming their own animals in an attempt at saving them.
Lydia, why is it so bad? Animal poaching. So what are we doing to resolve this issue? Didn't we have like satellites, GPS, and vehicles to help them safeguard animals? They also have large safe areas for kids. Finally, we can all help raise awareness of poaching. That's great. Raising awareness is animals is easy, but it's able and do your part.
Okay, guys, here we go.
Hello, I'm Dominic Eichholz, and welcome to our KRN News, and welcome to our special feature, Terrorism. Meanwhile, a tragedy is struck in Paris, France last night, on November 13th, with numerous terrorist attacks being reported there last night. Here is a map of the attacks that have taken place last night. As you can see here, there have been 6 different locations. that have been attacked. On the scene is our field reporter, Luke Goncalves. Luke, how are things going?
Thank you. As your first responder, Section for the user have been attacked. I'm here to send here from the Mother Department, where everyone is still transporting their front doors to safe and responsible. With me today is a shop owner who lives inside the car when the attack started. This will be what do you have to say about this?
Look, police are still looking for the suspected attackers. Meanwhile, the French counter-terrorist team, EAC 94, has dispatched to assist the police on this investigation. The motives of these attacks are still unknown at this point. There have been reported over 130 killed with 419 more critically wounded in all 6 locations. The French government is offering to give all affected citizens a home if needed. The most terrorist attacks happened in Iraq, Syria, and Ukraine. In Iraq, there have been a total of 3,317 attacks. Between Syria and Ukraine, there have been a total of 1,077 attacks. It is upsetting when a small place like Paris has to become one of these terrible places that always gets attacked. Whenever these attacks take place, it's always a traumatic time for everyone. Like we said before, police and counter-terrorist agencies are investigating these attacks.
Hello and welcome to the Filtration Communication Review Guide, global issues that we deal with every day. I'm here with Dr. Hayler.
Hello, I'm Dr. LaHayler, and I'm here to talk to you about the pollution in Russia, Moscow, but now we're going to look at Elijah out on the field.
Good morning, I'm Elijah Evans, and right now I'm standing in front of a landfill in Russia, Moscow. Pollution is a very negative problem that's been affecting the world for centuries. While it affects many places, some more than others, it causes mass destruction in Russia because of human waste. In Russia, there is a lot of pollution that affects the people and animals that are trying to live their normal lives. In Russia, pollution is mostly caused by the cars and the factories. The cars from the factories disperse CO2, which is slowly entering the ozone layer, which is really inferior towards the world as we know.
50% of water in Russia is polluted. This has caused health issues in many cities as well as in the countryside, since only 8% of wastewater is fully treated before being returned to waterways. Obsolete and inefficient water treatment facilities, as well as a lack of funding, has caused heavy pollution and has also resulted in a waterborne disease spread such as an outbreak of cholera spread by the Moscow River in 1995. Industrial and chemical waste is often dumped into waterways, including hydrogen sulfide, which is then linked to a large-scale death of fish and black capacity seas. Now let's see. Have people been helping out with the pollution issues in Russia, Moscow?
Well, Doctor, hundreds of volunteers have gathered for free Russian Arctic pollution cleanups. And the 2 such events at Monchebork Lake and Nickel City River, 2 tons of plastic were taken out of responsibility for waters, slowly but surely restoring their purity.
Ladies and gentlemen, is there any group that we have not presented? Adela, where's yours? Excuse me? Where did you guys put it? Come here, honey, I can't hear you. Okay, here we go.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jayden Martin. Today we'll be discussing mental health issues in China. More about it, Susan. Now, more about mental health issues, Adela. Hello, everyone. My name is Adela Albert, and I'll be talking about China. China is known for being the number one most depressed country in the world with a population of 20 billion people. China hosts 26% of the world's suicides. In fact, 287,000 people in China commit suicide yearly. Although women are more affected by this than men are, women in rural areas are 5 to 4 times more likely to kill themselves than women in urban areas. Now to our expert, Ascari Manning.
We're nice and quiet.
According to research, suicide speaks to new level in China, but this is compared with such as the declination of the population in China. We've also calculated that the separation of family has increased since suicide has teared.
Ladies and gentlemen, show your respect, please. We still have some people that need to show respect.
This is Ava Cornell of World Health Issues Group, here to discuss the problem of poaching in Zimbabwe, South Africa. Poaching has been a problem all over the world, but throughout the years, it has been getting worse.
Let's go to Harry Dixon to discover more information about this issue.
Iron Valley Nation poaching in South Africa is a huge issue. Rhinos, elephants, leopards, and snakes are all into the killed every day for their hides. They are said to have supernatural abilities, but is it true? Rhinoceros made the exact same material as fingernails, so why are they so special? Do elephants' tusks really have healing abilities? They're killed every day for things that aren't true and causes them to lose their abilities. Moving horns, tusks, skin, or scales is harmful.
The first and most major cause of this issue is money. As of 2016, around 230 million people were poor in South Africa. That's 30% of South Africa's population. Meanwhile, poaching can result in a lot of money. In 2014, a rhinoceros cost as much as $60,000 to $100,000 per kilogram, more than the value of both gold and platinum. Krista Williams from WWF states, the value of a rhino in a legal trade is probably 100 times the average earnings of a village living.
1,028 rhinos were killed in 2017, an average 96 elephants were killed, 90% of which is due to poaching. During the last 5 years, the number of animals poached in South Africa has increased. Already, the western black rhinos are extinct because of poaching. What is this? What is happening? Stop, Sarah.
Many programs are trying to stop poaching, including World Wildlife Fund, International Anti-Poaching Foundation, Wildlife Funds, Ranger Society, and many more. You can donate to programs like these and encourage others to donate too.
People are starting to help these animals when they see them struggling. Also, now there are trained dogs to help catch poachers, and now the number of solved poaching cases in South Africa is rising. So is the number of poachers. Black markets are raising money for illegal poaching. Thank you for the subject.
That's the end of our, we're all done. So if you're logged in, you can log out.